Hello everyone, and welcome back to FTRL for what is week 6 of our GT1 Championship. And like last night, we are at Road Atlanta this evening. So GT1 and GT2 doing the same track this week, both sprint weeks as well. So 2 races, both 24 laps, exactly the same as last night, with race 2 having a certain number between 6 and 10 reversed, and they'll be starting on the mediums, exactly the same as last night. Unfortunately, you're just going to have to deal with me this evening. It is just me on my lonesome. James or Oven is works night, I think, something like that. So he is missing this evening, so I'm on my lonesome, but do not worry. I'll still be interacting as much as possible with you lot, so make sure you're nice and active in the chat, since it's only me this evening. But yeah, we shall make the best of it, and we shall be starting qualifying ever so soon. 10 minutes, same as last night as well, so a little bit shorter than usual, 50 minutes for the endurance. Currently got quite a few people in the low 17s, Pagani in the 16.9, there's a couple of people I think that's scraped into the 16s so far. So yeah, I would predict maybe a 16.9, 16.8 might get pole here, but we shall see. A couple of people replacements just before we start quali, since we're a little bit early. We can run through the replacements. So you have Mike. It was, I think it's 24 laps, Fever. It was put down as 27 laps, but that was a mistake. That was an error. I don't know how that happened, but yeah, there was. It ended up they added 3 laps by accident. So yeah, it's the same as last night, 24 laps. It's supposed to be roughly half an hour, and the races are just over half an hour when it's 24 laps. 27 laps would make it a little bit too long. So I believe it is going to be 24 laps. It's just a little bit of a mistake. Mike's spinning around. So Mike, as I'm aware with him, he is covering for Aaron again this week. So we've got Mike, fresh off his win from last night. We've got Lennon, who's covering for Witchell, so Witchell is missing this evening. And then the only other one, I believe, is Oblivion, who is covering for Callum, I believe. So that is your 3 replacements this evening. 3 GT2 boys for this evening. All 3 were very quick last night as well. Oblivion shows some really good place in race 2 on the mediums. Lennon was quite quick all the way through, all in his reset, but we'll talk about that. And then Mike, obviously, with his first ever win, and he was quick all the way through. Well, unlucky in race 1, race 2, he was very, very quick. So, GT2 boys might do quite well, actually, this evening. So keep an eye out for them, see how they do. Soft tires for everyone in quali, I say 10 minutes, so plenty of time, 7 or so laps they're managing. And they are expecting about maybe just into the 1 minute. What was the time there? I can't remember what the time was now. 1 minute 17, 1 minute 16, yeah, just in the 1 minute 16. Probably a high 16, maybe a low 17, but I think it'll be high 16s for pole, so keep an eye out for that kind of lap time. That's what you kind of want to see. If the TikTok car is out as well. There's Oblivion as well, he's near the back of the pack. We'll see if he gets on. Captain Chubbs, he was very quick last week in the other Tic Tacs car, so we'll see how he gets on as well. We have a couple of good weeks in a row. Wild's back this week, so we'll see how he gets on. Comes Graham as well behind. We're all on their out laps. There's a 1.8 win, which is quite low, so that shouldn't be affected too much, but it is very, very direct north, so we'll see if that plays a part. I think that's a bit of a tailwind then into the tricky section, possibly. So the wind does play a bit of a part around here, especially down Sector 1, obviously, with the tricky. You need a car that's very balanced around Sector 1, obviously, with the constant turning, constant S's section. You just want a car that's nice and balanced. Good evening, everyone. We've got Homer, I've seen Zob in the chat, I've seen Sir Goose, Unsafe, Derek, Carl, lots of you in the chat, so get your predictions in. Who do you think for pole this evening? We'll watch Ross. Shall we go on board for Sector 1, shall we? Let's have a little look as he nicely over the curb, just get a wee banker lap in here. Push the car down the hill, flat out round here, just as he get onto the curb, halfway through the curb, brake. and get that car turning left. Try not to cut that too much. You do pick up a penalty there, as many people found out last night. Fortunately, I got away from only one penalty last night, which I was thrilled with. And it's a penalty heavy track, this one, a few places. As he comes in the next right-hander, just keep slowing down throughout this section, and then it is foot to the floor as quick as possible, all the way down this very, very long back straight, which takes you up to the last sector, which is the chicane onto the curved straight to finish the lap. So Ross comes in, braking zone here, and nicely over the apex, and nicely on the power. Get that power down nice and early. 17.2 is currently pole position. That's for T. Smith. Now we're currently coming across the line here for Ross, and it's a nice 17.5 P4 at the moment. Has Rom 17.2 for Rom. There we go, fastest at the moment. Lennon with a 17.5, that's very good from him as well. 17.6 for Graham. 20.9 of a banker lap for Oblivion, and then we've got Mike as well. That's a banker lap, and you can be much quicker than that. Blue flag just in the 17s. So far low 17s, but there are plenty more laps to do. Can Rom improve? Well, he certainly can. He is nearly 3 temps up through sector 1. Comes through this tricky sector then, where you just car slows down, keeps slowing to this apex, and oh, unfortunately that is all went wrong there for Rom. We'll see what his times are, but I can't see it being an improvement now after that mistake. Just went a little bit too deep in at the corner, and then he went a little bit wide, so unfortunately that lap is a bit of a dud there for him. Lee 18 flat, Lennon 17.1 on provisional pole position for Lennon. There we go. We always say Lennon comes out with something occasionally where he just comes and puts in a really good showing in GT1 tonight. 17.1, and I'm expecting in the 16s very shortly here. As Graham 17.1 provisional pole for him now. Captain Chubbs in a 17.4. Oblivion is on a 17.4. We've got T. Smith on the lap at the moment. Oh, that's pushing it there through there. He is up marginally, 29 flat through the first sector. Let's keep an eye on T. Smith then. So we're already very close to the 16s. As Tom gets that car turned down nicely. Missed the apex ever so slightly, but he didn't look like he got affected by it. The car still turned down nice enough, and still got on the power very early. So I don't think it affected him too much. That's Lennon getting a slip off Lee, I believe. As Tom is a 10th down through the middle sector. Let's see, can he make that up in the last sector? That's nicely done through there. And he's on the power, and it's alright, but it was a bit squirmy on the power, and it's as an improvement marginally, which puts him ahead of Rom, but not significantly enough to trouble the top few runners. SBY, he's just started a lot. Let's keep on board with him. Can he do anything about those two guys ahead of him? Pagani's down in P6 at the moment. He set a 16 in that practice lobby, so I'm expecting... Oh, there's a 16. There we go. 16.8, Captain Chubbs. Welcome to the 16s. Here we go. SBY coming around the final corner of the first sector, and it's basically matching his previous best as Mike improved there. So let's keep on board with SBY into the 16s already then, and we've still got 4 minutes left of this session. SBY a little bit wide through that section there, very similar to what Rom did, so that will have cost him a 10th or so, I'd imagine, which might mean that this will not be an improvement. Keep an eye, seeing his 62 time, but I doubt it. It's not going to be. Let's keep an eye on Graham then. He's coming round the tightest part of the back part of the circuit now. He's coming towards the chicane. He's got the second sector split time coming up. It looked nice and calm through that middle part of the lap. There's another 16. There we go, T. Smith. Not quick enough to beat Captain Chubbs though, less than half a temp. 17.1 from Biggles. Biggles up to P4. Pagani up to 17.2. It's very, very tight. Half a second covers the top 10. There's another 16. Ross into the 16s as well. 16.8 is still your pole time though. Captain Chubbs is on a new lap. That doesn't look the quickest I've seen through the first corner, but we'll just keep an eye. It'll take it a little bit quicker, but we'll see. Can he make it up for the rest of the sector one? Comes now. Tricky corner this one. Oh, that's wide. He's purple, but that was wide. Has he got a penalty? He's got a penalty. He was 2 attempts up purple. He was flying through that sector. T. Smith is down. Ross is round and a span. Graham is now coming round. That's corner here. Once again, he's getting a bit out of shape on that right-hander. Yeah, right-hander. Biggles coming round for this lap. Let's see. Has he made any improvement? 71 so far. So a very good time from Biggles, and he comes across the line. It's close, 17.3. There's Lennon on his out lap, so he's going to have 2 laps left. He'll have this lap and another one. 17 flat, nearly to the 16s for Rom. There we go, well 17.6. We've got Pagani on a lap at the moment. Let's keep an eye on him. He is very quick around here, so let's keep an eye. Can he do something about that top few places? We've seen him do a 16 already in the practice just before the quali started, so he can do it. He does have it in him as he comes, and it's a 28.8. So that's not a bad sector 1 time, but he needs to make some up. That's very nice through there. If he can get this turned in nicely. He's a little bit wide, but he's better than some, and he's got on the power quick enough, which means he's got a decent straight line speed he'll gain through here. And he's coming up to the second sector now. And let's keep an eye on Pagani. He is up marginally, but he needs a good last sector here. He'll have 1 more lap as well. So nicely through that sector. There we go. Nicely on the power. Bit of a wiggle, but kept the throttle planted, and he comes across the line. It is an improvement, marginally up to P9. He's got 1 more lap as T. Smith has put it onto provisional pole with a 16.8. Captain Chubbs flies round the last corner. 16.9 for him, doesn't improve. He's got 1 more lap though. Ross coming round now. We've got Graham, who is parked up at the edge of the track there. Ross has got 1 more lap. He's crossing the line with not long left to go. Rom through sector 1. We know he's been quick. We've already seen him purple. That's going to be a penalty though. Unfortunately for him, that's it over for Rom. Captain Chubbs, that's not going to be a penalty. And that is purple. 10 up through sector 1 for Captain Chubbs. Is he going to nick it back off of T. Smith as he comes round the middle sector now? Get this tricky corner right. Upshift early. Excellently done from Captain Chubbs. Bang on the power now, on the accelerator down towards sector 2. He's 200ths off of T. Smith at the moment. No, he is purple through sector 1, and he is purple through sector 2 marginally. He can't afford any slip ups now in this last sector. Can he nick pole back off T. Smith? Nicely into the corner, nicely on the power. Get it on the power nicely. Foot to the floor. Has he done enough? 16.7. He has improved. Up to a 16.7 from Captain Chubbs. Anyone else? Graham's on his last lap at the moment. Not sure it's going to be an improvement here for Graham. It's not going to be an improvement. Anyone else improvement at the end? I think that might be it. So Captain Chubbs did nick it right at the end. A great last sector. There we go. 16.7 then is your pole time. Very close. So 16.7 for Captain Chubbs. 16.8 for T. Smith. It was to and fro between many drivers. For at one point Lennon was on provisional pole and he's away down in P7 now. So very tight. Captain Chubbs P1, Tom P2, Ross P3. You would say that kind of goes with a form book, near enough. Rom P4, Graham P5, Biggles P6, good quality from him. Lennon a really solid P7 as well, SBY P8, Pagani P9, he is a bit out of position, I think he's much quicker than P9, I think. Blue Flag P10, there's Will in P11. We have got Oblivion in 12, Lee, and then Mikey at the back. Now, what was Mikey? I never actually saw Mikey's time there. There we go, lights out, and away we go then for race 1. Captain Chubbs gets off the line well. T Smith is trying to go round the outside doors to get towards turn 1. 24 laps ahead of them. T Smith trying to go the long way round Captain Chubbs, which is going to be tricky round here through sector 1. Ross is still in P3. Captain Chubbs is going to win out. T Smith is going to have to back out there and stick to P2. Tom there, nearly round. There we go, Ross in P3, we've got Ron then in P4, Graham comes P5, SPY's in P6, then comes Blue Flag, Pagani's up to P8, Lennon's dropped down the order, he's down to P9, he's got a penalty as well, and it's close at the back end. If you'll get Oblivion trying to go down the inside of Will, he has to slot back into place though, and he doesn't win that one. Lennon's going to drop back down the field though, he's picked up a penalty already. Tom has somehow got the lead as we're down the back. He must have overtook him on the straight down towards the middle sector. And Captain Chubbs is now going to come back at him. Down the inside he goes towards the chicane. T Smith gives him the room. Captain Chubbs nicely gets it turned in. T Smith though trying to get a good exit, which he does do. He's coming back at Captain Chubbs now at the end of lap 1. The lead has changed, but it's back to Captain Chubbs again. T Smith right in the slipstream now. He's head towards turn 1, T Smith down the inside, Captain Chubbs round the outside, sweeps back through, and he keeps possession. Ross is P3 still, Rob's P4, then comes Graham and SBY, P5, P6, Blue Flags in P7, there comes Pagani, Oblivion, well, Lennon's dropped only one place from that penalty. Mike's down the back, he's had a moment somewhere in lap 1, he's 7 seconds off. Here we go then, 410's clear, which is not going to be enough for the time being. T Smith is well within slipstream range and is gaining back up towards Captain Chubbs. Ross is sticking with them just about. Then it comes the Pro-Am drivers, a big cluster of them. P4 down to P7, then comes Pagani in P8. Oblivion's P9 at the moment, side by side there. That is Biggles and Lee having a fight. Biggles has dropped way down the order, I think he was P6 or 7 or something like that. He was in quality and he's way down in P13. It's not been a good opening lap for him, and he's now in the slipstream range though of Lee. Will he think about a move in towards the chicane? He thinks about it, he dives it down the inside. He's broke well too late though, and that is the sand. Biggles is on there, and that is going to be a place lost for him. Ross is nicked past T Smith, so Tom has had a moment somewhere, or he's been battling with Captain Chubbs. Ross with the understeer there from Captain Chubbs, very wide through there. Oblivion, my good lap time as well, 17.3 for his first lap. Going very nicely for him. Managing the pace now, top 3, getting into the rhythm. And comes Rom. We've got Blue Flag who's picked up a penalty. Oblivion is right on the back of Pagani now. So Oblivion seems very quick in these early stages. He seems like he's got some pace in that car. So unfortunately for Blue Flag, he's now going to be behind Will in a couple of seconds time because he's got that penalty. It's going to drop him a few tenths behind Will. There we go. Will sweeps past at the P9. It's as... Oh no, it's not as you were up front. Tom has got back past Ross up into P2. There's top 3 still within a second of each other, so very close. And to be honest, the pack is still more or less intact. So nobody streaking away with a win at least. So it looks like we're going to have some fight in our hands here. Bit of a gap. Pagani to SBY, that's maybe a tiny bit of a gap, but Pagani has closed that back up a little bit through the first sector so far. There's Blue Flag, who has been stopped by Lennon after his penalty, trying to recover a little bit. Not the best start to the race for Lennon, but he's going to get a lot of time to make the places back. He's right in the slipstream of Blue Flag, and Blue Flag also has a bit of a rubbish exit there, which means Lennon is already going to be alongside. They're going side by side. Blue Flag now goes back ahead though, a little bit better top speed in that car. They are still just about near enough side by side. Blue Flag though wins out on this occasion, so keeps position there. Ross is still P3. Tom is right on the back then with a new fastest lap of the race, 17.1. Oh, Will's made a mistake somewhere. He's dropped back and he's been overtook by Blue Flag. He's trying to go back down the inside though. Blue Flag holds out P8 though. Lennon now thinking about a possible look at Will at some point maybe. Have to wait through this sector. Nowhere to overtake round here. You need to be mad to try and overtake round this sector. Hope you don't pick up a penalty through that corner. It'll really damage your race. One penalty can make a big difference. Pagani's in no man's land now, so Oblivion is dropped down. I was about to say there, Oblivion has had a moment. I don't know if that's with Will he's had a moment or something, because he has massively dropped off and has made some sort of mistake. He's down to P13, so that is might be what's happened to Will. I don't know if there's been contact there at some point. Still as you were though, up front, the top 6, 17.1 last time around from Captain Chubb, 17 flat from Biggles. So where is Biggles? Biggles is in P11, P10, sorry, as Blue Flag has had a moment at the chicane. So Blue Flag away down to P12. Biggles is fighting with Lee. As Rom sets a new fastest lap, we're down to the 16s in the race, 16.8 now. Remember, no fuel on this, just 1 times tyre wear. The tyres do last fairly well though, as we've seen last night. So Rom is not letting the top 3 get away. Tom has dropped out of slipstream range for the moment of Captain Chubbs, but I'm sure he'll be looking to get back into that as he actually in the braking zone. He got a little bit later and he got a bit. His car got a little bit tail happy there. However, he's had an excellent exit and he's back within slipstream range. So as you were then, top 4 now, all within 2 seconds, and Rom has caught up to the back now of his teammate Ross. So it's Noah's Ark then for Ross and Rom together. 16.8 last time around, as we mentioned. So Rob got some pace round here. Captain Chubbs last time around, his best lap of the race was a 17 flat. T Smith though all over the back of him once again. There comes Graham and SBY, who are fighting in towards the start-finish straight. Graham at the moment is still in the lead. SBY thinking about a move, but you need to be very, very brave. He'll have to be in a lunge, and now he's going to have to sit behind him and wait for the next straight. Graham's only 1.1 off Rom, to be honest, so the top 6 are all well within touch of each other, and then it comes that gap to Pagani. Lennon's jumped to P8, so Lennon's had a really good last lap as well, 17.4, as well as in P9 now. Biggles and Lee, and then it is that gap back to Oblivion, who made that mistake earlier on, and Mike at the back. So immediately on the straight, Captain Chubbs pulls up to the right hand side, trying to break that toe. T Smith is well within it still though, and Rom is going to have Ross is going to have Rom on his tail soon. These are teammates. I don't know whether they will just work together. I think they are. Rom didn't look like he was trying a move at all there. He just looked like he was going to sit behind. Oh, Ross. Traction there was not his friend. And all of a sudden, they're becoming detached in the top 2. Will Ross let Rom go? Well, he just looks like he bump drafted them again, so they're going to still try and work together, see if they can close up, especially if the top 2 fight. If the top 2 start fighting, then you never know, you might get back into it. Well, that's going to help Graham shortly, as Graham's going to be back within slipstream range of Rom, which he is just hovering inside now, so that's going to help defend from SPY. Pagani 3 seconds off the back of SPY. Then comes Lennon, who is catching Pagani at half a second a lap. So if Pagani doesn't get the hurry up shot, Lennon's going to be on his tail in 2 or 3 laps. Then comes Will in P9. He's set a good lap time as well, 17.4. That's his personal best by quite a way as well. So keep an eye on that battle for P7. It's as you were the top 2. Only changes, Captain Chubbs has actually got a gap now, 1 second to T Smith, so good lap or 2 coming up for Captain Chubbs, and that is, oh, he's off now, oh dear, commentator's curse. That's going to be P3 away, P4 away, there we go, Captain Chubbs all the way down to P4, maybe even P5, as Graham has a look down the inside. Captain Chubbs is going to have to defend here. And he does defend. SPY having a look at Graham. This is going to be ballsy down the inside. Oh, SPY thought better of it. Last second thought maybe not. Let's not try that. So Captain Chubbs just having a good couple of laps there, gaining a little bit of a gap to T Smith, and unfortunately it has all come crumbling down. And it is now P1 for Tom, P2 and P3 for Ross and Rom, which is a very good, solid showing so far from then. Graham and SPY are the Pro-Am drivers in P5, P6. Not leading Pro-Am at the moment, that is Rom, who is having a very good race so far up in P3. Pagani, P7. Lennon has closed a little bit more in the next couple of attempts, but Pagani managed to improve to 17.1. He has got the hurry up. Lennon 1.3 away. Oh, down the inside, it was SPY. Having a look at Graham. They're still side by side around the exit. SPY sweeps round. Good move. Up into P5. Drops Graham down to P6. Just about caught that one there. So Tom 1.9 seconds out in front. He doesn't have Whitchell to do with this evening, so we'll be quite enjoying having a chance at a win tonight. Been very, very close to it a few times this season, but Whitchell has been in incredible form. Captain Chubbs having a bit of a difficult time at the moment. He has picked up a penalty and he went wide there. That might be another penalty. Look, he's got away with the second one, and he is still going to have a happenstance penalty, which is going to put him into the clutches of the SPY Graham battle. Pagani, because of that slight battlement on SPY and Graham, and also the incident with Captain Chubbs, which slowed them down a little bit, Pagani has closed quite a bit, 1.2 seconds now behind Graham, and Len it's 1.3 seconds still between those two, so those two are starting to match each other on their times. Down the back end we've got Will in P9, that's his best lap of the race last time around. He's not far off Lennon. Then comes Lee and Biggles and Blue Flag are all together in a little pack. Then there's a gap back to Oblivion, and Mike, who's had another moment, couple of moments, is not enjoying himself so far down in P14. T Smith now has a 2.4 second lead as he's just set a 17 flat racing around, which is 6 times quicker than Ross. Captain Chubbs then in P4. Oh, what's happened to SPY? Oh! SPY is down in P11. What's happened to him? What has occurred there? We're looking down the order. SPY has plummeted. Now, Chubbs had a penalty and he was going to be on the back of him, but I don't think he was going to be passed. Has he went for a move and it's not worked out, I wonder? Because SPY is now down in P11, but something has occurred. I don't know what has, but Graham is now on his own in P5. Lennon has now caught up to the back of Pagani and is just about to head into slipstream range now, which is a little bit deep there, but he's lost a little bit of time now. He's lost nearly half a second through that corner. He just went a little bit deep and it just compromised his line for the chicane, which has not helped him. P2 and P3 still for Ross and Rom, and they've got a bit of a gap, 1.6 seconds back to Captain Chubbs. If they work together, they might be able to keep him at 3. Then comes Graham P5, then still Pagani's P6, Lennon's P7. Then comes Will in P8, who's doing some good times now. Will, he's got a big enough gap behind, 2.5 seconds. Biggles has dropped off a bit from the back of Lee. Then comes SBY, who has picked up a penalty now just to add to his woes. So that's going to put him into the clutches of Blue Flag in P12. And then comes Oblivion P13. He's doing some full times as well, but T Smith's in a league of his own at the moment. Improving last few laps, 16.89 now, which is just shy of Rom's best lap time of a 16.849, so just over 400ths of a second. The difference between those two lap times, he's comfortably now got a 4-second gap, so you can take his foot off the pedal for a while, just calm it down a bit. Rom has got that corner all wrong, unfortunately, for the chicane, and that has put him right into the reaches of Captain Chubbs. We're going to try and get back towards his P2 and P1 position. 1.1 seconds now, Lennon and Pagani. It's just under a second now through turn 1. See if we can get past eventually. Oh, SBY and Blue Flag. SBY picked up a penalty, so Blue Flag got back past SBY. Now they're trying to get back through. Blue Flag went wide through sector 1. Blue Flag has then half binned it nearly and then caught it. SBY get all out of shape though, they're still rattling away here. Not usually when you see cars go so close together there. SBY wins out for the time being. Blue Flag in slip now though, so we'll see, can he do anything about that? Oblivion has had another moment. Oh, Blue Flag, oh that was lag. Massive lag spike there as SBY goes wide. Blue Flag and say thank you very much and sweep back past up into P11 now. There we go, Blue Flag back into P11, SBY drops down. It's going to be battle of the brakes. I think Blue Flag should have it as well, he's got the inside line as well. So down into the chicane, Blue Flag gets a turn down. SBY with a better exit, Blue Flag not great on the exit. SBY is going to go round the outside into the last corner. It's side by side. And contact was made. SBY is going to try and sweep through. Oh, he doesn't have anywhere to go. Blue Flag covers him off. This battle continues then. Lap 14 through sector 1 they go. Proper slowing each other down though here. Blue Flag is well off there. SBY is going to try and go around the outside. Oh, that's brave. Blue Flag massively compromises line through there. SBY brave round the outside. Thought he had an extra pace advantage and just went sweep past. And there we go. That was ballsy. Rom has swapped positions with Ross while that battling was going on. Whether that was team orders there. Don't know if Rom has let him. Ross has let him through. But Rom trying to bin it there. In P2. Well, Ross is just going to bump draft him. There we go. Give him some extra speed boost. And it was turn 1 they go. And it is still P2 and P3. T Smith 16.777. There we go. New fastest lap of the race. And he can well afford to calm it down a little bit now. Graham is actually hovering just about in the slipstream range of Captain Chubbs now, which is good for him. Lennon was within slipstream range. He had a bad exit through there, and that has allowed Pagani to get a little breathing space now. And Pagani's actually hovering just outside of slipstream range, so it's a bit of a 5-6 car train here for the podium positions. Tom is miles off in the distance over P1, so we're not going to be getting that. Biggles has caught back up to the back of Leafall. He was there a while ago, but then dropped out. He's back within it now. 17.1 for Oblivion last time around, so he's got some pace. He just needs to get some consistency going. Mike set 17.4 last time around, but unfortunately Mike is now just driven off the track. Battle for P2 continues now. Got proper FTRL train developing here from P2 down to P7. Well, he's just not managing to keep the pace of the top guys, so he's looks like he'll have to settle for P8 unless there's instance ahead. He's got enough gap behind though to Lee and Biggles. Biggles is right on the back now of Lee, and he's had a good run through there as well, so he's well within slipstream range now, and he's right there behind him. Can he keep with him? Get him on this back straight. He is there, under 4/10, and he's gaining slip. Here we go, into the chicane. Will he go for a move? He thought about it, he's having a look. He's having a look down the inside. Lee covered him off though. Lee. Oh, who's that? Is that Will? It is. It's Will on the exit of the chicane at the bridge, and he's lost P10 now as well. He's dropped all the way down to P11. It's tricky, that corner on traction, and especially on the medium tires. Just wait for the first few laps on the medium tires until they get used to them. It is not that pretty around that corner. It's quite tricky. Lennon then right on the back of Pagani now. Captain Chubbs is right on the back of Ross. Graham's dropped out of slipstream range with Chubbs now. Rome is away from Ross now, which is going to maybe cause Ross issues because Captain Chubbs is now well within slipstream range and Ross won't have any slipstreams, which means Captain Chubbs might have an easy move here as he pulls out to the outside. Ross is going to defend the inside line. Captain Chubbs is going to go for it down the outside. He has broken far too late though, and Ross is going to go around the outside. Captain Chubbs. Oh, Ross couldn't get the traction down though on the exit, so Captain Chubbs has managed to keep that place he won at the chicane. Ross though is going to think about a move back down the inside. He goes on lap 18. Down the inside goes Ross. It's contact between Ross and Captain Chubbs at turn 1. Captain Chubbs is down on P7 now, in P7, P8, P9. He's dropped multiple places. Captain Chubbs drops all the way down now to P9. So Ross has picked up a penalty in the process of the end of sector 1. That is going to drop him back behind Graham at the very least, maybe even drop him behind Pagani. Keep an eye, but that has not went well for Ross, unfortunately. There we go, Graham gets past Pagani. Also gets past Lennon, also getting past. He's dropped all 3 places. There, Ross on the squirm there in P6, so not a few corners. Contact, then a penalty, and then drops him all the way that down to P6. Tom is on his own at the moment, on a land of his own and a world of his own, hovering in the low 17s, wondering what the fuss is about, having a jolly good time out front. Rom's got a big gap now, 2.5 seconds. What a race from Rom. Leading Pro-Am. Well, Graham is also Pro-Am and he's in P3. Pagani in P4. What a drive from Lennon as well at the moment. He's in P5. Remember, he's in GT2. Covering at the moment for Witchell, and he's doing a stellar job at the moment, and he is right on the back of Pagani now as they head down in towards the chicane. Lennon is going to pull out, but Pagani is going to try and get some slip. Maybe, but Lennon I think has now actually got the slip from Graham. And Lennon is pulling ahead here in towards the braking zone. And he manages to get it nicely turned in as well. Not great on the exit though, that might give Pagani maybe a little bit of chance, but he's alright. And Lennon up to P4 now. Can Lennon get a podium here? A podium that would be. So Ross down in P6 now, can he come back? Biggles has overtook Lee. This battle continues though, and it's going to continue as Biggles has picked up a penalty, so that's going to drop him back behind. As Lee last time around set a 17.3, which was his personal best. Captain Chubbs now down in P9. Can he come back? SBY is P10. Well in P11. Then comes Blue Flag. Oblivion P13. Might keep it out on the road at least now. P14, sorry, 17.9 for him last time around. Still in the 17, low 17s for T Smith. Rob lost a couple of bits of time recently. 18 flat on lap 18, and then a 17.6 on lap 19. So whether he's getting some tyre wear issues now. Got a big enough gap behind though. Lennon is the one we're kind of keep an eye on. As Lee gets packed past Biggles is penalty. Oh, Ross has had a moment, I think, here behind Pagani as he's not driven. Looks like he must have had a moment maybe on the exit or maybe broke too deep or something. What has happened is he's lost a second and a half. So, Graham keeps P3 for the time being. Though Lennon and Pagani are right there in the battle for the last podium place. Looks like the top two are sorted unless there's any mistakes. And Captain Chubbs maybe get past Lee and Biggles by the end. Can he catch up to them? Another thing to keep an eye on. That's Graham doing all he needs to do at the moment. He can just make sure he gets that car time done nicely, get on the power as early as possible. That's all he can do. Defend for his life. He's got 3 more laps after this one. Rom has dropped off a little bit though, and he is now 1.9 seconds. That was 2.5 seconds. So maybe it's not all over for P2 yet. Because again, a couple of more tenths there. 1.6, 1.5. What is going on with Rom? 1.4 now. Rom is all of a sudden just at an 18.5 and is all of a sudden looking a little bit more vulnerable here after being in a pretty comfortable P2. Keep an eye, and Lennon is once again just sitting back from Graham. He's going to have to think about where he wants to make this move if he's going to. Oh, he's a little bit wide through there. That's not going to be the best exit. Graham's going to have a much better exit. He does do. Rom seems to have got back on the horse at the moment. And a gap at 1.4. Well, what happened the last lap? Lennon within slip, within 6 tenths. Not going to be close enough, you would think, for a move. Captain Chubbs is, well, he was catching, but he has just hit the barrier, and that has dropped him down to P10, which might actually be P11 by the end of this straight. Oil was catching him very quickly. And he jumped back though, keep an eye what's happening with Graham and Lennon. Graham holding him off for the time being, 2 laps to go. Rom eking that gap out to 1.7, so that's very well done from him. Gap's now 9 seconds between the top two though. Will it get to 10 by the end, I wonder? What Lennon needs a really good exit out of this corner one of these times, and then he'll have the straight before the next straight, so he needs a decent exit. He's got it this time, to be fair. The gap's 4 tenths, which is a good gap to have here as he goes into this corner. Lennon just needs to get it turned in nice and early, get that on the power. Oh, and he's not done it that time. He's a 10 closer this time, which means he's going to be be 3-2 temps going out the chicane. So maybe just he's going to have to be balls if he wants to make a move here. I don't think he's quite close enough, to be honest. So try and get a good exit. And here we go as we head on towards the last lap. 9.1 seconds out front. The battle is for the podium though. Pagani's dropped off this battle, so it is now just between Graham and Lennon. Rom's had a bit of a dodgy lap. His gap's down to 1.4. 4 tenths it is between Graham and Lennon. If he wants this podium, Lennon has to get a really good run through sector 1 onto that straight. See if he can make a move into towards the chicane. And to be fair, he has had a good run so far. He's all over the back of Graham. He's had an excellent run through there. It's the closest he's been. He needs to keep it nice and neat, nice and tidy for a possible move down into the chicane. He is right there. Graham is right there as well. Lennon gets it turned in nice and neatly. It's 3 temps between them. It's closing all the time. Lennon, can he get a chance at the podium here on Graham? It's all done and dusted for P1. Lennon pulls out the slipstream. He's going to have to go the long way round. Graham has got the inside lane. Lennon is going to have to brake later. Graham tries to defend the inside line. Lennon tries to go down the inside. It's close. There's some contact between them. It's side by side. Lennon looks like he's won out. He has. P2 goes to Rom, and it's going to be P3 for Lennon. Graham P4. Pagani P5. Ross is going to come home in P6. There's a fight going on for P7 in the background, and it is going to be just Leco in P7, Biggles in P8, SBY is going to come home in P9, Captain Chubbs is going to come home in P10, Wells is going to be P11, it's going to be Blue Flag P12, Oblivion P13, and we've got Mikey at the back who's going to be P14. There we go. Last few corners, Lennon got it done just about very close at the end, but Lennon managed it. It holds on to that P3, and Graham, massively unfortunate for him. He was in that P3 for ages at the end, and he just has to concede, and he has to take a P4. But still a very good result for him. What a result for Lennon. Here comes Mike then. So there's your podium. It is going to be Tom, Rom and Lennon. That is your top 3. So let's take a look at the result then. There we go. Tom P1 and fastest lap of the race, and Rom P2 and the second fastest lap of the race, 16.8 from him. There we go. So just beaten to that fastest lap point by Tom. Lennon rounds at the podium with a 17 flat, and there comes Graham P4, Pagani P5, Ross P6, Lee P7, Biggles P8, a 17 flat for him. This is fast as that. It's a very good lap. SBY P9, Captain Chubbs, unfortunate for him, down in P10 after that contact with Ross. Well, Blue Flag, Oblivion and Mikey is the back 4. There we go. So let's find out what our number is going to be. I wonder who was doing it. It might be Lee, I'm not sure. Who is doing the number though? Who are we getting? P6 to P10 it will pick. And remember, the reverse drivers, as always on these races, will be on the medium tyres. They're not too bad. Well, on my car last night, they weren't too bad. They were... What I would say was, it was difficult on the opening laps when you're battling people on softs, because you don't quite have the traction that they have, so it's quite difficult to fight them. Once you get into your own rhythm, like unfortunately I had a spin, so I had a gap, but once you get into that rhythm and you understand what you can and can't do, you can consistently do consistent times. I actually think I found I was more consistent on the mediums than I was on the softs. So I was every lap doing an 18.8 near enough. When I was catching back up, so they're not too bad. The only corner I would say is the must watch out for is that last corner, the one Will span out. It is tricky, that one on the tricky on the traction with the medium tyres, so you just need to an eye out there. I think it was put in, it was P10. Was it P10? Was it P10? It is, top 10 reverse, oh god. Right, okay, so the maximum number of reverse, so top 10. So the person who finished P11, which was that blue flag? Or was it Will? Might be Will. So, yeah, something tells me that's going to be Will, so... That's going to make it even more interesting. This yesterday, I think it was only top 8, I think it was. That was top 8. So yeah, mediums, they're not too bad, as I say. They feel stable enough. It's just on the traction that can be a little bit nippy, especially at the start when you've got people trying to overtake you on softs. Obviously, they have less soft runners, which is going to be a benefit to them, because they don't have as many people coming through the pack. But yeah, those softs obviously will have an advantage in terms of pace. I don't know what it is a short lap here, but I would guesstimate the gap maybe 3/4 of a second. I would say that's going to be my guess. About 3/4 of a second might be the differential between the two lots of tyres. Might be about right. Which is a big chunk around this lap. You're going to do it round at 24 times, so it's considerable amount of time you're on the. There we go. It is Will. So it's Will P11. I wasn't sure it was Will or Sai, so there we go. So it's Will P11. I think they've got blue flag also on softs, and then it's Oblivion and Mike. Now, this is oh, Oblivion's on mediums. Why is Oblivion on mediums? Okay, gonna put that in the chat. There we go, he's just changed them. There we are. Making sure he wasn't starting on slower tyres than he needed to. Yeah, so this is the interesting one, because you have got top 8 reverse, which does mean top 10 reverse, which does mean that you're going to have Captain Chubb starting in the lead, which is a daunting prospect. You only have 4 drivers. You've got Will, Sai, Oblivion and Mike. 4 of them on soft leather, and the rest are on mediums. You'll be starting P8, Lennon. So, yeah, Captain Chubb's on pole is daunting for the field, I would say. But Captain Chubb's is prone to the odd mistake, so hopefully he can have a clean race, and he might be able to get that win on the mediums. The thing is, with it being top 10 reverse, is it does mean that instead of last night there was people in P9 starting on the softs, it's people in P11 starting on the softs backwards, so you do have more to get through, and GT1 is incredibly tight as well, so very similar to GT2 in that regard, though GT2 is very tight as well. It's always an interesting race, this one. Race 2 will be getting underway any second now. And we'll see what Captain Chubbs can do from pole. Oh, I think that might be pushing it, Carl, I'll be honest. If Mike wins from P14 in GT1, I think I might die. I think I'd collapse and die, honestly. Mikey won, it would be. I think it would be the best thing that's ever happened. There's definitely the possibility that someone on these soft tyres are going to get up the field. Who is most likely out of Blue Flag, Will, Oblivion or Mike? Through outright pace, from what I've seen, Oblivion seems the quickest out of those four, if he can keep it consistent. In terms of lap times, Oblivion can do 17.1s and softs, so it's going to be very good lap times. If they can pull out some of those. Medium runners are going to be doing, I would suggest, low 18s. So, here we go. Captain Chubbs starts on pole position alongside SPY. Biggles and Lee are your second row. Ross and Begani your third row. Graham and Lennon your fourth row. And Rom and Tom your fifth row. Back four on softs, top 10 on mediums. And here we go. Race 2. Captain Chubbs, 5 red lights. Amarok, Captain Chubbs away on pole position. Biggles seems to have got a really good start in P3. And he's having to cover off Biggles. It's still Captain Chubbs in the lead at the moment. SPY is there though, and he's going to try and go round the outside at turn 1. Ballsy move from SPY. It's still side by side, though SPY has won out. What a move! And SPY then has went off on the medium tyres, but he has managed to hold position in P1. Biggles having a look at Captain Chubbs for the battle for P2, and then Ross comes P4, Pagani P5, then comes Lee, Rom, Graham, T. Smith has moved up one place, P9. There's a battle going on, 3 wide though, Oblivion and Will, remember Oblivion and Will are both on soft tyres. Ross drops down the back end of the field. What's happened to Ross? He's had a moment, he's going side by side with Mike. Blue Flag's down in P14. Lennon's going side by side with Oblivion for battle for P10. Oblivion on the softs, remember, Lennon's on the mediums. T. Smith's picked up a penalty, he's going to drop behind these two. Then comes Will, he's also got a penalty, he's going to drop back behind them. And then comes Rom and Graham, who are side by side going in towards the chicane. As those penalties get applied, and he'll sort himself out. Rom going to try round the outside of Graham here, and he is going to try and hold it round the outside of Graham. Good respect between them, and Rom has won out in the battle for P6. Graham trying to come back at him, but he's going to settle back for P7. Then comes Will, P8. Oblivion's P9 on the softs. So here we go, it is Will and Oblivion who lead the soft runners. Mike's in P13 at the moment. Blue Flag's way down the odds at P14, 8 seconds off the back. SPY's got an 8/10 lead over Captain Chubb, both on the medium tyres. Biggles nicely done in P3. Graham and Rom are side by side again, and Graham is back past Rom into P6. We'll keep on board with this. There's a big cluster here. Remember, the back two of this pack are on soft tyres. So we've got Will, who's having a look round the outside of Rom into the next corner. That would be brave. He's not able to do it yet. In towards the next corner, and Will is so much quicker on the traction. The difference between the tyre compounds is humongous as Oblivion nips through the inside now, back through Will. Those two are having a good old fight. Then comes Tom in the background as well. This is going to get exciting again here, as Rom is going to have to defend from Oblivion. Oblivion's going to try and go the long way round the outside. Will is going to try as well, but Will's massively broke himself. Tom's got back past, so Tom's back up to P9. Will drops down to P10. There's the background. There's Ross off again in P12. Lennon's added the 11. It's frantic, it's chaotic, it's everything you'd expect it to be around Road Atlanta for a reverse grid race. Graham now in P6. Oblivion is your top soft runner in P7. He's 6 seconds off the lead. SPY's got a 1.3 second lead out front. Biggles is having a storming drive at the moment. He's in P3, he's just behind Captain Chubbs. Then comes Pagani and Lee, so these are all in medium tyres. So is Graham, but he is massively under pressure. I did say Oblivion, I thought, might be the person. If he's going to be anyone in the top 2 or 3 from the softs, it was going to be Oblivion. He's quick. He just needs to get past Graham as quick as possible, and then he can start catching up to those top 5. All of the medium tyres, he can have a massive pace advantage, especially at the start of this race. Here goes Oblivion in the slipstream, pulls out. He's alongside, and he's just about to go past. There we go. It's going to be the last of the late breakers here. Oblivion around the outside, sweeps round, up into P6, and he is off now in the top 5, just in front of him. Let's see what he can do, what times he'll manage. SBY doing a stellar job up front, 1.6 seconds to SBY, who is, sorry, to Captain Chubbs. Pagani's nipped past Biggles. Biggles has had a dodgy run, and he's now got Lee all over the back of him, so these two will recommence their fight from race 1, which lasted all race. Oblivion's in P6, then comes Graham and Rom, who are going to go back to battling as well. They had a battle in race 1 on the medium tyres now though. You see the difference, it's just on the grip. There's so much more grip on those soft tyres. And then comes Tom P9, he is. That penalty didn't help him in lap 1. See what he can do against Rom and Graham. Lennon's in P10, then comes Well. He's on the soft tyres, picked up a 1 second penalty, so that's not going to be good for him. Oh, that's Mike, who's off, and that's going to be blue flag, getting a move on him. There we go, blue flag goes through, so thank you very much. Mike now drops down to the back, as you were for the top 3 now, or top 5 actually. And look at Oblivion, he has closed a second on the leaders. And he did say he can do a 70, he's done a 17.1 last race, so he's got the pace, and he's going to come across the line for a 17 flat. Let's say he had the pace, and that is a rapid pace. SBI last time around done a 17.7, which is a stellar time on the medium tyres. A 17.7, I mean I was doing 18.8s consistently, so that's a full second better than I could manage on those medium tyres. That is very impressive for SBY. 17.7s. 18 flat for Captain Chubbs, 18.1 for Pagani last time around. Lee is going to be all under pressure, all sorts of pressure shortly here as Oblivion fights his way through the field on the soft tyres. I don't think Lee's going to have much to defend with, in all honesty, unless he can nick some slipstream off Biggles. And at the moment, he was outside of it, and he is still just outside of it. I think it's about 7 tenths, so he's just outside of it, I think. And Oblivion is closing in. Is he going to go for an audacious dive into the chicane? It would be brave from that far back. Oh, he's not. Their teammates, I forgot. Oblivion is teammates with Lee. Lee's let him go. Oblivion's on the soft tyre. So there we go. Teamwork at play there. Oblivion 4.7 off the lead now, and he's going to set another 17. 18.1 last time around for SBI, so he's 4 tenths he's gained on that lap. So the Oblivion train continues. It's Graham in P7, Rom and T Smith follow on behind. These 3 all on the same tyres. Lennon's not far behind as well. He's doing another good job keeping up with these. Keep an eye on this. Oh, T Smith is out of shape there, and that's going to allow Lennon all over the back. Got proper out of shape there on that left-hander at the end. Oblivion is 3.3 seconds as SBY has had a penalty and he's had a really dodgy run. There's going to be a change for the lead on lap 6. Captain Chubbs back up into P1. He lost it at the start of the race. He's back there now. SBY penalty massively hampering him, and that means Oblivion is now 2.7 off the race lead. He's on the soft tyres. He just needs to keep his head down. He's had a bad run through there. He's got the pace, so he just needs to keep his head down. He can do this. 17 again there for Oblivion. 17.9. See what SBY can do in the battle for P1. Can he come back at Captain Chubbs? He seemed to have the upper hand very slightly on pace on those tyres. He just made a mistake on that corner that he just went through there in the last lap. So we'll see if he can get back to that pace, see if he can get back past Captain Chubbs. Captain Chubbs made another mistake at that corner. He span at it in the last race, and SBY is going to be back past Captain Chubbs here by the looks of it. No, he's not. Their teammates They're going to bump draft each other. Teammates are going to bump draft each other, try and stay ahead. Oh! Oh my god! I didn't expect that. He bump drafted him and then he went for a move. I didn't expect that, and then Pagani is now sweep back through in P2. I don't know what was going on there. He bump drafted him as if he was going to just sit behind him, and then all of a sudden... That was interesting. It was odd, to be honest. Oh, the top 5 are covered by 7/10 of a second! Have you ever seen anything like this? 7/10 of a second. Oblivion can just afford to just sit back and watch this. Let it unfold. This is chaotic. Look at them all. They're swarming around trying to find the gap. Oh, Oblivion's through! Biggles had a dodgy run and Oblivion is nearly through. I think he's let Biggles back through. I'm not actually sure if Oblivion did anything though. I don't know if Biggles just had an awful run through the corner. Oblivion anyway, let him back past, which... Oh, he is squirmy, Oblivion. He's got the face, but he's scaring me. Right, okay, he's on the slipstream now with Biggles. Can he make the move? He's gaining quickly, he's nearly alongside, he's a 10th away. Down the inside he goes. On the brakes. Oh, he's run deep. Oh, he's going to turn down. Oh, he's just held it. He's back 2.9 seconds behind now. He needs to get back on it though. Captain Chubbs leads still from Pagani. SPY's in P3. Then comes Oblivion, who's gonna... Oh, Biggles is it. Oblivion. Oh, it's alright though. It's okay. Panic averted. Biggles has dropped down though. Lee's getting past. They went down the inside. It's side by side. Biggles defence. What's going on? I've seen a lot more side by side for the first sector than I thought I would see. I'll be honest. Graham's in P7 then. Ron P8. Tom's had an awful last lap. 25.9. He's had a moment and he's away down in P13 now. So look at Lennon all over the back of Rom through that corner. Lots of differential and tyres around here. We've got Will on soft tyres. We've got the rest of them all on mediums in this battle. So interesting what's going to happen with this one. Out front it's staying the same. SPY having a look at Pagani. Here in the background here's this massive cluster. Oh, in the background that was Lennon. And well, can brake so much later there than Lennon. So much better traction as well on those soft tyres. Look at this, it's like an FTRL train everywhere. From P10 all the way down to P5 there's an FTRL train, and then there's a 4-car train there enough for P1 as Oblivion is back in within 2 seconds now of the race lead, and he's all over the back of SPY. Where to watch, there's so much going on at the moment. SPY out of shape through there. Oblivion is right there alongside. There comes that massive FTRL train, you can see it in the background as well. So many fights. Lap 10, there's still 14 laps to go. Oblivion is right there now. Will he get him on the next straight? He just needs to sit with him, bide his time, wait to this straight. The SPY will get slipstream by the look of it off of Pagani. No, he will not. He's just dropped out of slipstream, which is going to give Oblivion the upper hand here. Down the back straight on towards the chicane. Was there someone in the pits? Oh, Mike's in the pits. What's happened to Mike? I don't know. Mike's in the pits. I don't know. Don't know what's happened. Oblivion down the inside. Up into P3. SPY tries to go back fast, then he tries to cut back. Oblivion covers him off though. Keeps in P3. Lennon's in P8 at the moment. P9. He's battling with Rom at the edge of the chicane. Lennon side by side with Rom as they come towards the final turn. It's Lennon. Oh, he's on the curb. Then Will sneaks through. Will's going to try and go down the inside now of Rom. Will tries to go down the inside. He's got double overtake. Rom has to concede possession. Will jumps up to P8. Then Lennon's going to have a look at Rom. Down the inside. He's side by side. What is going on? I'm going to need to lie down after this. Oh. This is This is chaotic. This. Right. Captain Chubbs is out front. Pagani's in P2. We've got Oblivion on P3. 2.1 seconds off the lead. SBY's in P4. Biggles comes in P5. Then comes Lee and Graham P6 and P7. Wells now in P8. Rom's got a penalty, which is going to drop him. Behind, there we go. Lennon's up into P9 now. Blue flag, remember, he's on the soft tire. He had a massive moment in the start of the first lap. And because of all of this chaoticness that's going on, chaos and everything, he's now in P11 and he's directly behind Rom. And it looks like he's just about to get passed up for P10. What is going on? There's been that much battling going on here. It's ridiculous. What a race so far. It's like we're just halfway through. Oh, Oblivion's right on the back now of Pagani in the battle for P2. And then it's one more driver. It's Captain Chubbs after Pagani. If he wins this, I want credit for this, for saying he was the most likely. Fever saying he's munching beta blockers just to be safe. Oh, this is chaotic. Let's calm down for a moment at least. I can breathe. It's a very chaotic opening half of the race. Right, okay, I don't think he's quite close enough into the chicane on this time. It would be a hell of a send, and he thinks better of it. I'm glad he did there. I think that was too far back. We're going to sit with him for the time being, and it's as you were. Biggle's still doing well in P5, then comes Lee and Graham. And Will in P8, remember Will's in a soft, so he's going to be catching up. Oh, there's a battle here, blue flag, getting past Rom. There we go, comeback continues for blue flag, then comes T. Smith in the background. Blue flag holds on to P10. There comes T. Smith. He's thinking about a move. Oh, he thought better of it. We've seen a few moves there now, to be fair. So, oh, that might be a penalty for T. Smith. He's jumped over that sausage curb. Usually when the car jumps, it gives you a penalty. No, he's not actually. He's got away with it. Oblivion then, he's going to be right on the back of Pagani. Actually, not as much as I thought. But in fairness, Pagani's closed quite considerably on Captain Chubbs, so it's now within 1.5 seconds between the top three. SBY, then comes Biggles and Lee and Graham. Will is the one that's making headway as well. Remember, he's on soft tyres, so he is thinking about a possible top 5, top 4 here, if he can start making some moves. Oblivion is being very careful at the moment. He's keeping up, just making sure he can get this done cleanly and safely as possible. We'll look at this battle for P6 though. Lee, Graham and Will. Lee and Graham on mediums and Will on the soft. So we're going to see, can he do anything? Graham is holding Will up at the moment. You can see how much extra grip Will has through this section in particular. All these corners, that soft tyre works so much better. Here we go, Will, just so much extra pace. Will having a look. Thought better of it. Will's had a good run. He's within 0.3 of a second now. He is going to be all over the back of Graham into this chicane. Graham's saving grace might be the fact he's getting slip off Lee, but I still think Will's going to have this. Here we go, Will peels to the outside, goes the long way round, gets it done, gets it turned in nicely. There we go, good move from Will, nice and clean up to P7. Oblivion stays behind. I don't know what's happened, if there was a moment between these two, but they've dropped off massively from Captain Chubbs on that lap. So there's Will going after Lee now. So Rom has got Rom for P11. There we go. Oblivion is very close this time. Within 2.5 tenths of a second. He's nearly pushing around the corner. Pagani as well has a moment on the exit. Joe's going to give Oblivion more incentive here. This looks like it will be the time. We're going to see a change for P2. It's the second last overtake he needs to make. Down the inside he goes. Oblivion's going to have the better traction through this complex of corners. Though that's not going to help. Oblivion massively slides through the exit. He's just holding on for dear life at the moment. Pagani, will he think about a move back through? Oblivion holds him off. He's up to P2. He's got one more. He's got 2.2 seconds to find though before he can make it. Oh, there was some contact there between Oblivion and Pagani, hence why Oblivion was slowed down massively, and then Pagani waited, I think. That's allowed SPY to close right up to the back. Oblivion's off now. SPY is going to pick up a penalty. I'd imagine he went very wide through there. No, he's not. He's managed to get away with it. I don't know how. There's blue flag and P10 now on the softs as well. And the medium runners. 2.8 seconds he's got. He's got Pagani now though, so the most important part is done for the time being. He can just plough away now, get some good laps in. Biggles is having a good race. Oh, that's Lee very wide and well on the soft tyres. Get some extra traction. Graham though has been opportunistic and has nipped back past Will. There we go. Swapping places again, these few. Oh, Oblivion's had a bad run. He's lost half a second. Pagani's right there. If Oblivion wants this race win, he is going to have to make some inroads shortly, or otherwise he's going to run out of laps here. He's gained a few attempts there on Captain Chubbs. That's what he needs to do. This is going to close up considerably, I think, shortly. If these, it's a good point there, I think Zom's made as well. These three keep battling. You've got Will there on softs, Lennon on mediums, and then Blue Flag on softs. And look how close they all are into the chicane there. And we're going to close up again here. Will was very close to the back of Graham here as they head towards turn one. Keep battling. It's going to get very close between them. SVY is holding on from Biggles, who's having an excellent race tonight. What a race too he's having. He's doing very, very well. P1 is still Captain Chubbs, though that gap is now on its way down. 2.7 seconds from 3.2. Now he's going to need to do roughly half a second a lap here to give him a chance of overtaking Captain Chubbs. Pagani is now away from Oblivion. SPY has been overtook by Biggles there on the straight. And it's not going to be anything gone there. And this is the battle that we're all interested in. Look at this. Lee, Graham, Will, Lennon's within slipstream near enough at the moment. Then comes Blue Flag just by, and T. Smith's just there. Graham peels to the outside. He's going to go the long way round the outside. Lee holds off. Graham's just there. Then comes Will. Look at Lennon already there. Let's go on board then with Lennon. Let's see how this is going to play out as we head on to lap 19 and towards turn one. Oh, Will got a little bit wide. Lennon's going to try and go round the outside. And he's going to have to filter back in. Look directly behind, here we go. There's a 5-car train now as blue flags joined in. And Tom will be happy looking at the sight of that in front of him. What's happening? 1.8 seconds. Massive closing in here from Oblivion. I think Captain Chubbs has also had a bit of a dodgy lap. So the gap has closed. SBY within slipstream range. Can he get back past Biggles? He's going to be too far away for this time. Let's keep an eye on this battle. 5 cars in a line, all within slipstream of each other. So much to keep an eye on here. Lee's doing well at the moment though, he's comfortably in P6. See what's happening with SBY for the first sector on the bonnet cam. That's not going to help his case. He's picked up a half a second penalty. Oh, and he's all over the shot there, which is going to drop him to about only a second ahead of Lee. So if SBY doesn't be careful, he's going to be joining a very long FTRL train, which is about to get even longer as Tom has now gained 0.8 of a second on this group. It's now going to become a 6-car train. If SBY is not careful, it might become a 7-car train. This is getting very interesting here. Two seconds is the gap now. Captain Chubbs has actually managed to increase it slightly, so Oblivion needs to get back on the horse. 17.9 last time around, 17.7 for Captain Chubbs, which is his fastest lap of the race. Oh, look here. Oh, what's happening in the background? Wells got past Graham. Lennon is going round the outside of Graham in towards turn 1. Lennon going the long way round, and he sweeps round the outside and he gets it done. So double overtake, Lennon and Will both getting past Graham. Oh, Lennon's sideways. Graham gets back past. It's side by side and in towards the next part. Lennon manages to hold on. Then comes Simon behind blue flag, who is all over the back of Lennon. Remember, blue flag's also on soft tyres. Blue flag down the inside. There we go, and he's up into P9. Wells on the back of Lee. Lee's on the back of SPY. Look at this, 7 cars in a line. Tom's had another dodgy sector though. He's also picked up a penalty. On the background there's Lennon and blue flag going side by side. Lennon winning out at the moment. He's in the slipstream of Graham, and he's getting the upper hand on blue flag in towards the chicane, and there's a bit of a punt there from blue flag, but it's managed to hold on for the time being. It's closing up front, 1.1 seconds. There is 3 laps to go, and it's just about to head within slipstream range. We're still keeping an eye though on this battle for P5, P6, P7 all the way down to P10. Look at Will, he's all over the back of Lee Call at the end of the first sector. Did say I think Will could sense a top 5 possible here, and he is now within slipstream range, and he's got SPY directly in front. He could get P5 before the end of this. He's going to have to defend here on this next straight. All Will needs to do is get a good exit, and he's had a very good exit there. He's within 3.5 tenths. Within the same car, same top speed, but Will's going to have that extra from the slipstream he's getting in the moment. And is he going to go down the inside? He thinks better of it this time, I think. He does. What's happening out front? 0.8 of a second, 2 laps to go. It's all calming down now a little bit more. Here we go. Let's chase after Captain Chubbs with Oblivion. His tyres are going, but he's still gaining. He just needs to make sure he gets those exits right. 0.6 of a second. Okay, good exit. Oh, he's a bit wide. He's not going to be close enough on this occasion. What's happening down the back? Lee's defending from well, but I don't think he's going to be able to defend from him much longer. I think Will might have him here. There we go. Pulls out. Lee defending. Will having a look. He thought better of it. He's still not going to go for it. 0.4 of a second as they enter the last lap of race 2 at Road Atlanta. Oh, he's break. Oh, he's nearly. Oh, he's chucking it into the corners. He needs a good exit here. This is it. He has. Oh, as Captain Chubbs went wide. Has he went wide enough to get a penalty? No, he hasn't. He's managed to avoid it. Captain Chubbs a little bit wide. It's all important exit. And he's got a decent exit. It's going to be all or nothing into the chicane. Here we go. Into the chicane. Oblivion's making gains. He's not making enough gains. He's going to have to send it down the inside. And he does. He does send it down the inside. And it looks like he's going to nearly hold it. Is he holding it? It's a send down the inside. It's going to be a photo finish at the end. Oblivion is going to just... No, he's not holding it. Oh no, did he? Did he hold it? I don't know. It says Oblivion won, but then there's no gap between them. Pagani takes P3, Biggles takes P4, SPY, then Lee, Will, Lennon, Graham, T Smith, Blue Flag, Rob, Ross. Who's won? Is it Oblivion? There's no... There's no gap. I don't know who's won. I actually have no idea. What the... What? Is it... Have they just... Is it a dead heat? Have they... Is that... wow! I mean, if there was anything that was going to sum up this evening from that chaos that has just happened in race 2, then it was going to be a dead heat. But is it a dead heat? Or is it... Sometimes it does this and then it doesn't... It fixes after the... when the times come in. But unfortunately, oh, it has finished now. Okay, so apparently... Okay, let's look. Oblivion has won by 0.02 of a second. .2 of a second. He gets the fastest lap of the race. And... wow. Pagani takes P3. Biggles takes P4. What a race for him. SOI P5. Lee P6. Will didn't get Lee on the end up. He has to settle for P7. Lennon's P8. Then comes Graham. T Smith in P10. Blue Flags had a mistake in the end there. He's dropped down to P11. Rom P12. Then comes Ross. And Mike has stopped halfway through. And he was in the pits for the last part. Honestly, I don't quite know what to make of that. That might be the most chaotic race I've ever commentated on. That was chaos from start to finish. A massive well done to the winners. And to be honest, massive well done to everyone that participated in that. I know there was a bit of contact at times, but in general, that was incredibly clean, and there was a lot of really good battles going on, and that was thoroughly enjoyable, I think, for everyone watching. Wow. Right, that that concludes week 6 of Gran Turismo. Let's see if next week can live up to that. We'll be back next week then, Wednesday at 8:30, same time, Thursday, Friday, of course. I shall be back doing commentary next week. I might have some with me, although I might have some with me. If not, I'll be on my own again. But we shall see. Hope everyone enjoyed that as much as I'm sure you all did, though. That was very, very good. Have a lovely evening. I'll see you again next week.